Kevin, it's a 1-0 defeat at home to Blyth Spartans this afternoon. Much less than you would have wanted from the game, surely, in terms of the result. How about the performance?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's the result is the most important thing, but I think the performance, you would say we've given ourselves a chance in the game, and certainly second half, and to have the moments come and go and spurn the good opportunities that we've had is the most frustrating thing out of the afternoon. Equally we had a great chance to take the lead and really need to do better in that moment, and equally we need to defend better at the other end and not allow Blyth to put the ball in so easily. And it's a good header, and the ball into the box is ultimately it ends up being a good header, but it's too loose from us. And there's examples at both ends of the field where we've got to do better, and that's again allowing the game to move away from us and ultimately end up costing us.
Sure. I mean, the goal. It just, you don't have control of it then, do you? When you go a goal down like that. I mean, I wouldn't say Blyth necessarily sat behind the ball. They didn't park the bus exactly, but it just allows them to have a level of control that you'd prefer to have in the game.
Yeah, you're in the comfort zone a little bit then, aren't you? I know, one goal's never enough, we say, but fair play to Blyth. They've taken the moment and opportunity that's come along, and again, that's all too familiar situation that we find ourselves in. It's been the case on too many times this season, and being better in both penalty areas is what we need to be if we're going to be successful. Yeah, we've had lots of good moments in that second half, certainly played on the front foot and not allowed Blyth the openness and space that we probably afforded them in the first half. But it's really, really important when when all those good moments come along that you're sticking one in the back of the net, and we haven't, for all our chance and opportunity, other than the penalty miss, we haven't really made the goalie make a save, and that needs to be better. Teams don't gift you easy chances and opportunities. You have to work hard for your moments, and you've got to work that target a whole lot better than we have been. And there's still some really bright performances from certain players out there, and fair play that they keep going and keep showing the right attitude. And it's not great to learn off the back of a defeat, but they will learn, and they hope they do grow stronger for the experience.
Sure. You got 90 minutes from Nathan Cameron today alongside Harry Flowers. What did you think of his performance?
Yeah, really pleased. I don't really think he put a foot wrong. He's solid there, and you can see why he's had the decent career that he's had. Again, physically he's a presence there, and he won't be shoved around, and having a little bit more of that in the group, it will be good. And equally, young Brad alongside him and Brendan, where I've had a moan and a groan about that. The defending that situation and allowing the ball into the box was far, far too easy for me. But fair play to Brad. He stayed on his game, and he's been out there for the whole second half and done a whole lot better. And he'll learn from it, and it pleases me when hopefully he does. He put his shoulders back and have a right go. And as I say, he's a terrific boy. Been frustrated at the lack of minutes, but certainly when I look at that in overall, it's an experience that they'll gain plenty from.
Sure. Obviously, there was the penalty in the second half, which wasn't converted by Brendan Daniels. I think there might have been a shout for one on Jamie Allen earlier in the half as well. But overall, no complaints on that score. No complaints about the officiating. It's in your own hands.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had enough reasonable chances there today to get something out of the game, and still we have 0 against the names on the score sheet. It isn't good enough. You've got to take those moments. You've got to work the target. And again, I find myself saying the same things. It's about coming up with big moments as a player that does and will define you. And when we've been in those good situations, as I say, I'm not worth the goalkeeper.
Just a quick word as well. A couple of departures from the squad in late in the week, and Nate Blissett has moved on, and Josh Waite as well. Just a little bit of thought behind that, really.
Yeah. That's been his attitude to it has been fantastic, and obviously, you know, he's been in there, and as a man, he's been fantastic. And I know he's had his knockers, and you know, some of the crowd, you know, I've had one or two bits to say about some of his performance, but I can only speak as a manager, and I look at how he's tried to apply himself in games. And yes, you know, there's been areas there. Nathan, along with several others, I'd expect a bit more from within their performances. But certainly, you know, conducting himself in the right way and applying himself in the right way, you know, he's right up there. So I couldn't speak highly enough of Nathan on that front. As I say, you know, I haven't worked so much with Josh, and he hasn't had so many minutes for me to find out. He's a young man that, again, similar to some of the others, they need to go away and apply their trade at a level where they can play consistently and then improve their game. And it would be no surprise if Josh were to come back and in, you know, a year, 18 months, whatever it is, you know, be up and around this level again. That can happen. It's what they do away from it and how they respond to it now. And, you know, similarly with Kobe, got plenty of ability, but does need to play football at this level or the level below on a consistent basis to then progress. And let's hope they do. But right here, right now, you know, there's been a lot on those sort of players and expectation on those sort of players at a club, which really shouldn't be the case. They aren't, you know, experienced enough for it. And that's the reality of it. And it's, you know, it's not all down to them. Equally, there's some of the more senior boys that as you say, need to step up and show a better level of consistency out on the field. So it's, you know, throughout the group, the league doesn't lie. We're in that position because people, for one reason or another, haven't been able to step up and find those big moments on regular enough occasions, and that's the reality of it. We have to, you know, get on with it and continue to learn about people, and as I say, continue to you know, grow this club at whatever level we're playing.
Okay, really appreciate your time as always, Kevin. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.